One time I got the shit kicked out of me.
Really?
Absolutely fucking killed. Guy kicked me in the face like 6 times with Timberland boots on.
What? While you were on the ground?
Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
I had to go to get emergency dental surgery. My orbital bone broke, nose broken, my gums had hairline fractures, lost these 3 teeth.
Oh my
This was on
God.
Christmas Eve, too.
What happened?
What?
Like,
This
why?
is
How did that
Christmas.
unfold?
How is this not something you talk about all the time? That sounds
I
like the
wrote-
most scarring
Yeah,
situation.
it was pretty bad. I wrote the story as a blog when I was at Barstool, and that made people like me more because they were like, it's good to hear you had what was coming to you. I was like, I didn't fucking, I was trying to like break up a fight between these 2 other parties that were, one was like I was loosely friends with, but not close with. We were at a pizza place.
I thought a Waffle House.
Close. It was a pizza place after the bars had closed in Portland, Maine. It was December 23rd. So it was the night before Christmas Eve. And it was 2 a.m. Everyone was shit-faced. And I'm sitting in the booth with these kids that I played lacrosse against in high school. Our rivals. They were the kids that had gone to the private school. I went to the public school.
See, you don't need to tell this part of the story.
I'm trying to add
This made
layers.
us hate you more. You were
But I went
doing
to the
well.
public
It
school.
was like you got beat up. You did the rest of that, and then
Fine.
you're like, it was the kids I played lacrosse against. That's
all that.
Lacrosse,
Let's cut all the lacrosse stuff.
Lacrosse is a trigger word of
It
hating
really
you.
is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Hatred.
People hate
It's
lacrosse
hilarious.
players. And you know what else? People hate fucking golf. Nobody likes the fact that I love golf.
I've
better
been
than
getting
lacrosse.
into it, dude.
Huh?
I like golf.
You are?
I'm not liking it.
Interesting.
I like it because you can smoke.
It is leisurely.
You can smoke weed
Yes.
and play golf and keep up with everybody.
That's true. We should go play sometime. Giulio and I went out with our dates to my golf course.
I don't have clubs.
You can rent them for free. They just
Alright.
let you have them.
Cool.
It's a sick course, dude. You'd have a good time.
So I am sitting in the booth with these 4 guys that I knew from high school from playing
Nice.
pickup
Nice.
basketball with a very diverse group of people. And
Don't say diverse.
we were all wearing
When you say diverse, it just doesn't roll
we're all
off your
wearing
tongue correctly.
hand-me-down sneakers that were too big that we'd fashioned from coconut husks and real inner city shit with our and one mesh basketball shorts on. So we too much.
If you were from the inner city, you would know you always wear your N1 basketball shorts, so
Nobody
you don't even have
changes
to
for
say it. Yeah, you wear them always.
You wear them
underneath
as underwear.
You wear them as underwear.
What else would you be wearing?
You might go to swim. You might go play basketball. You don't
True.
know.
They are one size fits all. So we're playing. We're sitting in the booth and we ordered the pizza. The pizza came, and just when it was landed on the table, these 4 girls came bustling in, and they were screaming at each other. I'm talking almost coming to blows themselves. I don't remember what they were fighting about. One of the guys in my booth said, "Oh, look, it's the Jersey Shore," or something like that. The show was very popular at the time. One of the girls' boyfriends came over to our table and, to his credit, said something like, "Guys, please don't make it worse. We're just trying to get them to calm down," etc. And then another one of the idiots at the table was like, "Why don't you keep your dogs on a leash?" And then he goes, "Hey, that's my girlfriend. Don't talk about her that way." And then someone else like laughed or something. And then these were not my friends. They were guys I was saying hi to because I hadn't seen them in like 4 or 5 years. And then that guy standing over us punched down and hit the nose going down of the guy closest to the edge of the booth and broke it. And it exploded all over the pizza that we had just gotten. We hadn't even taken our slices yet. So now there was blood all over this fresh pizza, and we were all bummed out. And we started trying to file out of the booth, which is hard, by the way. You got to kind of inch out of the booth in a melee. You can't like tackle someone inching out of a booth.
Right.
So
Disadvantage.
then we came out, and then his 3 buddies came over, and they were big guys. They were Lobstermen from Gorham, which, think about the way that town sounds. I mean, that's, you don't mess
I
with.
love that you think this is another thing. You just said Lobstermen, like everybody knows.
Well, they're
Well, who?
think of like Alaskan king crab. These are men, you know,
Okay,
like these
okay.
are brawny guys. They come in, they got soot in their beard. I don't know why. And the sea foam. They got caked nails. You know, there's lobster flesh under their nails. Those guys. They're all wearing boots. And they wear that shit to the
So
bar.
those guys.
Yeah. And this story's way too long. Holy shit. Why am I still talking? Why? You're right. Well, I want to get to the. I'm a descriptive storyteller. So we filed out of the booth and we started pushing them. We were like, hey, why did you punch our friend? And then they're like, fuck you. You said some shit. And then the proprietor of the pizza joint saw that a hubbub was breaking out and he pulled the fire alarm. And then he yelled, the cops are on their way. And I remember thinking, aren't the firemen supposed to come? And then I walked out and I was like, whatever. I'm not really part of this. And I walked out of the door out to the front of the street. And the first person I saw, the guy who had thrown the punch, was standing outside there waiting. And he like saw me and he just squared up. And then I was like, oh, fuck. I guess I'm supposed to fight this guy. And I'd never been in a fight before. That was the first one. And I went at him.
In a fight. You were pummeled.
I went at him.
You were not.
Did you square up too?
I went at him. Yeah, I went at him, but I went at him like, you know, almost like pinwheeling fists. And he just punched me in the face, knocked me down. And then he got on my back and I was on my hands and knees. And he got on my back, straddled me and started punching around my face. And I couldn't put my hands up to protect myself because I was in like a downward dog position. And he punched me like 4 times in the face. And then he got off me and I was so dazed and I'm still on my hands and knees. And then he kicked me in the face.
Oh my god.
And that was when I was like, I'm in really bad trouble here.
You didn't even do anything.
That's
Like,
crazy.
you didn't deserve
My
that.
face was like hamburger
Jesus,
meat,
dude. That guy's got to be in jail by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's.
You didn't do anything. You guys are just eating pizza.
Yeah, but they didn't know. He didn't know that I wasn't part of their group. You
Right.
know, he thought that we were the antagonists. When they finally helped me up. By the way, the guy who attacked me
Did you sue him?
was the one who helped me up.
Did you sue him?
No, I never knew who they were.
No one got anything of this.
No, and our side in a way was because they had all paired off with other guys on his team. And when I was finally brought up and helped up woozily, I looked around and everyone else had tied.
You need to tell this story more, man.
This is a good story.
It's a good one.
'Cause,
It makes
10
me
seconds
feel.
ago,
It
I
makes
was-
me feel bad for you.
I was
It makes
like-
me like. I feel really bummed for you. I'm like, oh, that sucks.
Well, the worst
You know
part,
what? You know what it felt like? You ever watch Remember the Titans?
Yes.
You know the white kid that like gets hit in the
Bertier?
car.
Yes.
You're the
Mhm.
white kid that never got in the car accident.
Right. Except
Where's your car accident? Dude?
everyone else at the table was white too. I was not standing up for civil rights. I wish that I had been, but they played lacrosse. Fuckers.
Dude, I love the way you tell the story where the blood got on the pizza and everyone bummed out.
Yeah.
That just sounds like, oh man.
Well, I remember that being.
Oh, dang.
I was
Oh,
more angry
man,
about
rats.
that. I was more angry about that than I was about the kid being punched. Again, I wasn't that close to him, and I was really excited to eat some pizza because we were all drunk. And that I was like, "Fuck, we can't eat that anymore. That's spoiled, very spoiled. That's marred pizza. That's a marred pie." And go get this. We went back to my friend Hillman's house. We were sleeping there because we
You
were all
didn't go to the
shit-faced.
hospital.
Not that night. No. And I was so fucked up that I didn't really like feel anything. But I could see my like teeth were gone and I was like, my face was streaming blood and we were all fucked up. We were like rehashing the fight. Me and my other friends, not the kids that I'd fought with. They all took the kid who got punched in the nose. They took him to the hospital because his nose was pouring blood.
Jesus, dude.
Dude, it just sounds like you have really bad friends.
Yeah, well, my friends were all,
Like your friends should have been bringing you to a hospital.
they should have been.
Right.
You were drunk, your blood was thin, and you were losing a lot of blood.
Yes.
And
yes.
your teeth were gone.
I woke up, we went to bed. I woke up in the morning and I had swallowed so much blood in my mouth overnight that I ran to the toilet and threw up all this blood. And then I took a cab home to my house and I walked in and now it's Christmas Eve and it's 7 a.m. and my mom opens the door and looks at me and was just like, oh my God, what happened? And that's when we went to the hospital.
And that's when you're like, all I want for Christmas is my two front teeth.
That was really good. Really good, Giulio.
Thank you.
Wow. Have you been sitting on that?
No, just
That's
just kidding me.
fantastic.